Hey, I'm back. Welcome. Today I played Stanley the Parable in Rec and VR. In the end of the video, I did a terrible job at talking, so I'll restate that there in the end of the video. And if you enjoyed this video or found it entertaining, please like or subscribe. Thank you. I already figured it out that you go. Oh man. I really thought I was gonna go into there. Oh, the recreators. But like, over there, it said recreation. Hello. Hardly working. Working hard. Hey man. I'm not. What's that say? Calculating the funny. No funny found. That sounds like something Caden would say. I know how to parable the Stanley. I have no clue why it's called Stanley and Parable. You good? Your hands are murky. You good? What's free OST? Oh. I have no clue what that means. Achievements, okay. The game. Hello. Isn't that how the game starts? Jump. Ooh. Oh, that's the jump button. Okay. Begin with intro, of course. Yeah. Recommended height. And let me jump. Do I need to be this tall so I can play? Hell, yeah. Okay. What? I accidentally pressed it. I don't know how tall I am. Hello? I'm kind of like not looking.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh, this is cool.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation.
Whoa, it's me.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
The end is never. The end is never. I couldn't finish. Why can't I open that up? Come on. I'm doing my job. Where's the keyboard? Where's the keyboard? Alright. Just for background information, I've never played Stanley Parable. I have only seen Markiplier play some of it. And yeah, Hello?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
My door
Stanley
is closed.
decided to go to the meeting
I'm
room.
over
Perhaps
here,
he had
my
simply
door
missed a
closed.
memo.
Pencil sharpener. Ooh. Yeah, I think someone needs to... Something made a noise when I touched something. Oh. Oh, I accidentally took a picture. Oh, right, hang on. Hello! There we go. I'll save that one to the public. Alright. Hold on. See? There's the keyboard, but in that room, 427, it wasn't there. No keyboard. Look, something particular. It was over here, these. Yeah. And I go over here. I don't know what I'm doing. I should just continue. I can't. Hello, co-workers. Am I gonna shove my fingers in every single one of these pencil sharpeners? Are they electric? Ooh. Oh wait, hang on. What? Hello. Whoops. Hang on. Controller drift. Alright. Input was received. Door open. This isn't a horror game, right? Oh. Ooh, shiny. This isn't a horror.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left. I did do that. Wait, am I Stanley? Because if I am Stanley, then I will. If I'm not Stanley, then I will have entered the door on the right. I can erase.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
I don't need no answer, I need an eraser. Make sound. Did it make sound? Is there an eraser somewhere? What's a jump button? You can't jump. I don't think I'm the correct type of this game. Broom closet. Let's go. Broom.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I want to pick something up. I need it. Hello?
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
It's not empty. There's a broom in the broom closet. And I can't pick up the broom.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He
the
wasn't
nails in
even
the
doing
broom
anything.
closet.
At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be
I'm doing
justified in
everything.
some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA. Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing
Yes.
around doing nothing? Why?
I'm trying
Please
to
offer
grab
me
the
some
broom.
explanation here. I'm genuinely
I'm
confused.
trying to grab the broom.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, At least she would have had a reason for it.
Oh, whoops.
Of absolutely no significance to the story
There's so
whatsoever.
much
I never would have
significance
thought to
the broom
mention it.
closet. Broom closet.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your
isn't a
friend, you'll say,
multiverse.
"Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I want to go in the bucket.
Well, I've come to a very
Well, what's
definite
the mop?
conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
I'm in the mop.
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut
Like
down
a
your
broom?
central nervous system and you collapsed
a
on the
broom.
keyboard. Well, in a situation like
No,
this,
it's a duct
the
tape.
responsible thing
The
is to
duct tape
alert
I
someone
saw.
nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's
I saw the
indicative of
duct
the
tape.
long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human
All
to
the
take their
water goes
place
into
at
there.
the computer,
Or something.
making sure they understand basic
goes
first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on
If I
them.
leave.
All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Oh, what do
Ah,
I do?
second player. It's good to... You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a
Okay,
monkey
fine, I'll
nearby
leave.
you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus?
Quiet. Stairs.
Coming to
I
a
love
staircase,
going
Stanley
downstairs.
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Red. I'm like a moth. What's over here? What does that say? I want to go up. Aw, I can't go up. Can't drive
But
the car?
Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had
I want some
vanished.
red soda.
His boss would think he was crazy.
Red water.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he
Wait.
looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
This
And at
can't be
last, he
real.
came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming! He yelled.
I'm dreaming.
This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't
I
actually
gotta go
gone.
into the
He wasn't
elevator.
going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I
it's
suppose
so
I'll wake
big.
up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
not
I
boring.
may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid.
You never said it was
So,
boring.
he imagined himself flying
was made for
and began
this.
to gently float above the ground.
What?
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield,
what?
and it too appeared.
Oh, I
It
don't
was
like
so
that.
much fun, and Stanley marveled
Hello?
that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the
Not.
strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he
Hello?
hadn't asked himself sooner. Why
Help.
is there a voice in my head dictating
There's no
everything
voice.
that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found
I
it
don't like this.
particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking
I'm
about how
dreaming
it's
about a
describing my
voice
thoughts, he thought.
describing about
And
how
while he
it's...
thought it all very odd and wondered if this
What?
voice spoke to
What did
all
he say?
people in their dreams,
I'm
the truth
just
was that,
dreaming.
of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was
Yeah,
Stanley simply
how
deceiving
could this
himself?
be a dream?
Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all,
This is
he knew
quite a
for
shock.
certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
I'm cold.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Hello?
He
No, let
felt
me
the
walk.
cool weight of the blanket on his skin,
No.
the press of the mattress on his back,
Continue. I'm so
the
cold.
fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Air conditioner.
I wish it to be over.
So cold.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I
Please, I want
want.
to go back to my job.
I want my
and push
apartment
the button.
and my wife and my
By the
job.
way.
All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
I'm so cold.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
I am... Yo, I'm okay.
Stanley
I'm
began screaming. Please,
Ah!
someone wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I
Please,
must be real.
somebody.
I must be. Can anyone hear my
Please
voice?
help.
Who am
Oh my
I?
gosh.
Who am I? And everything went black.
Everything went black.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Who the heck?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose,
Hey,
got
that's where I
dressed,
died.
gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had
Hi.
stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then
Hi.
collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although
Oh,
she
I'm
would
dead?
soon turn to go call
Wait,
for
this
an
is
ambulance,
outside?
for just a few brief she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this.
I'm back. I still don't have a keyboard. Where? Why does everyone else have a keyboard but I don't? What's wrong with that?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it
What
mean?
could this mean?
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I probably missed a memo. So let me just go to the meeting room. Oh, Mom's so cold. Hey! The door's open. Wait, did all the doors?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
This
I
was
am my
not the
own
correct way
person.
to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge
I am my
first,
own
just to
person.
admire it.
I'm not Stanley. Hello? This isn't me.
Yes, truly a room worth admiring.
The red bottom.
It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments
actually
here in
fun.
this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Very beautiful constructed. Can I get some coffee first? I can't go back.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
But there's an elevator.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Left.
Oh, no, it's to the right. My mistake.
Okay. Gotcha.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly...
What were you thinking?
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Okay, yeah.
Now, let's see. We went down, right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Ah, okay. Am I gonna get ran over? Oh. Why do I have to go further down? Whoa!
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet.
Evil?
This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to,
You can't see, but I'm
Who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Tell me when I can open up my eyes again. You know what? I'm cheating. I'm opening up my eyes. What's a spoiler? Pencil sharpener.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I probably missed a memo. Whoa, that door is open. That's correct, right?
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Wait.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors?
No.
Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then.
Okay.
It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Whoa,
let's find the story.
Let's go left. What left? Ooh, boxes. Is this a maze? Box. Chair. Door. Okay, so, box. Ooh. Box. Chair. Ooh. More chairs. That's weird.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
No, don't restart.
Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Ooh. No. The end is never. The end is loading. The end is the end. Give me my keyboard. Should set that as my profile image.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I probably missed a memo. I'll probably miss a memo. I always said it there, but then I got trapped by a door. I mean... There's no doors. Where's the meeting? Is it through the window? Help.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Yeah, what did we miss? I think I got to spin. I'm wired up. Oh my. Am I missing any?
Aha! I
Aha.
knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the
What?
story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Yeah, that's probably smart. Hey, Blue.
Now
I
this,
don't think you finished.
well,
the
I'll be
story.
honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know
You
what?
restarted
Since
the
I've
game
completely
6
forgotten
times.
what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
I win!
I know you put in a lot of hard work, and
Yeah.
it really paid off. So,
Yeah.
good job. Oh,
I
no.
won!
No, I don't feel right about this at all. We
Oh,
both know
man,
you
do I
didn't put in any
lose?
actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay. Hang on, just gotta. Oh, woo, 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 woo. Oh, wait, hang on. There we go. Pencil sharpener. Wait, I can enter. Ooh. Pencil sharpen. Let's bring that all the way here. Come on. What's that say? Hang
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How
Okay.
simple is that?
I'll follow the marker, which is following the line, pretty sure. I think the marker is following. No! 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 Ah! No! Alright. What's over here? Hello?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Nah.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To destiny. There's supposedly...
Thought, wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that.
I just realized I don't have things.
You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh. I don't like the adventure line. It's gone slower. This is some nice music. Wait, hang on. No, I thought this one guess you just follow it, right? Follow Trail of Destiny. Not 432. Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, follow Trail of Destiny. I knew it. That's all you do, you just follow Trail of Destiny. The adventure.
Wait,
Fine.
cut the music. Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
This fern sucks. Alright, I remembered it. Should I count how many leaves it has? No, I shouldn't. I should count how many of these there are, though. 11. There's 11. Probably 11 on the other side, so like 22. Could you fit dust? Okay.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Left. Ah. Yeah, this is called the Adventure Line. I forgot. I just like the adventure. Okay. I can't go into there, so like no way but forward. Man. It's getting kinda. Oh no, do I have to close my eyes again?
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh. The adventure line never lies.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
Oh,
We're intelligent
cool.
people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious.
Yeah.
Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, well, I kind of... This direction? Oh, that direction. Okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story.
Yeah.
Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay, so there's gonna be like
no, not you again.
No.
Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms.
I
Just
agree.
don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Okay, I won't. Yeah. Aha. Oh, no. Alright, fine. Okay, goes away. It's probably gonna say something about that. Ooh.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control.
I say open
How
this
important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere. which means that somewhere at the place where we're trying to go, there must be a
there's one.
reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits. Oh, hold up, what's this?
Oh,
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Territory.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree?
I get bored in
I'm not
mine.
quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey.
I get bored.
Though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you do happen to have a...
What? I'm gonna remind him. Take the keyboard. Give me my keyboard. Computer, no keyboard. Help.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I probably missed a memo. Probably just gonna do one.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, I did.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Hopefully I find an answer in my boss's office. Bring boss.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah. I don't like that. Executive bathroom.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
taxi. Oh man, this one's got cars.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yes, I did. It's the amiibo I was talking about.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Is this a library part? Okay, fine.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
What? I was pressing buttons. Blah 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 blah. That's a Rickroll thing. That's if you put that into YouTube. Here, I could probably do it. If you do like watch question mark equals and then put in those, it's gonna be never gonna give you up. Probably.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
I'm gonna zoom in. Hang on, I need to see that so I can test it later. I'll save that. Okay, let's print that. Okay, we're gonna keep this forever. Oh, this is a dark room I'm talking about, maybe. Hello? Where's the stool?
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty.
Yes, it's the dark room
Was it
where we
over?
get trapped into a library.
Yes! He had won! He had
I win.
defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened,
Yo.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay
I
unsolved.
light the lights up.
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps
Library?
the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
I actually jumped.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin,
Just for
the feeling of
on my
liberation,
camera.
the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way,
Stand down.
right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was
No
happy.
parking. Don't park. Oh, this is a bright room. What? Could this be?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Oh my
What could
gosh.
it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going love, nothing but love. Just this has been. How's that the two door?
When he came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
I didn't turn around. Man.
Case, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Just Hey, wait a second. That 3. 2, 2, 2, 2. 2, 8, 5.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
Run me over,
Amazing.
truck.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Take me away, elevator. Man.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I got to the exit. Escape.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Oh. Well, I'm gonna
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh, wait, what?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, narrator.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
I'm dead. Man, I'm dead. What do you expect me to do now? Climb? I'm dead. This wasn't a painful. Ooh. Is that it? Is that the end?
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? And walk has been created for you long in advance. Death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Alright.
Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
It still fell over. That sucks. Hey, this is the end. If you want me to play this again and find more endings, I will probably play it again. And even if you don't ask, I probably still will play it because I had a great time and I still do want to find more endings. Thank you for watching and making it this far. If you want to play this again, it is completely free on Rec Room and you should definitely try it out for yourself.